exactly right. That's why it was really a mistake.
Because I know whenever I get my opportunity, I got to maximize it.
You know, Shedeur, hey, he looks really good. It would be awesome to have him. He lied to me.
Change in the mentality standpoint and the mental standpoint is okay.
He's John Elway. I don't think he's Peyton Manning or even Eli. But I think he's the best quarterback they have, and it'll just take him time. And I think he's a good kid.
Look, I've been researching the NFL for the last 7 to 8 years, deeply. And when a voice like Stephen A. Smith calls out an NFL owner as a coward, you stop and listen. He wasn't just throwing shade. He lit the whole building on fire. Jimmy Haslam, the man at the top of the Cleveland Browns, took a direct shot at Shedeur Sanders, a rookie, a kid fighting for his NFL life. Smith saw right through it, calling it a weak and transparent move, trying to pin failure on someone else instead of owning up to the Browns' decision to pass on a generational talent. That's not leadership. That's desperation. And it screams one thing. They regret not drafting Sanders. Now listen, Jason Lloyd has covered this franchise for years. He's seen the dysfunction from the inside. And when he says there's a clear attempt to sabotage Shedeur Sanders' progress, you better believe there's fire behind that smoke. He's not talking about minor rookie bumps or standard growing pains. He's talking about an intentional slowdown. The Browns have a quarterback with elite footwork, high IQ, and a laser arm. And they're parking him behind a fossil and a scandal. Why? Politics? Ego? Fear? Lloyd's words cut deep. This isn't just mishandling. This is internal sabotage. And if this were any other team, we'd call it what it is. But with the Browns, sadly, it's just Tuesday. I've studied NFL depth charts and practice reps for years. And what Riddick pointed out? It's not just alarming, it's outrageous. Shedeur Sanders, the face of a future franchise, is getting 3 or 4 reps per practice, not per session, per day. That's not a developmental plan. That's a sentence. How do you expect a quarterback to compete, let alone lead, when he doesn't even get the snaps to breathe? Riddick's breakdown wasn't emotional. It was surgical. He laid it out plainly. Shedeur is being handcuffed. You can't climb the ranks if you're kept off the ladder. And if this continues, the Browns won't just ruin a season. They'll ruin a career before it even starts. Now, Garrett Bush, he came in with the heat, but from the other side. And look, he might be right about one thing. You can't suppress greatness forever. He said what many are thinking. No matter how hard the Browns try, they won't be able to keep Shedeur Sanders off the field if he keeps balling. The kid's talent is real. You can see it in his command, his movement, his fire. Bush believes that even with limited reps, Shedeur's rise is inevitable. But here's the truth. Inevitable doesn't mean immediate. And in this league, time is everything. The Browns might think they can slow him down, but talent like this, it breaks the dam wide open. When Deion Sanders speaks, the room goes silent. He's not just a Hall of Famer, he's a father. And when he heard the media whispering about his son's mindset, work ethic, and supposed attitude problems, he called it for what it was, a lie. Not just inaccurate, not just speculation, a flat-out lie. Deion said Shedeur wakes up at 4 a.m., studies tape, outworks veterans, and is still treated like an outsider. Why? Because he didn't come through the system the traditional way. Because he speaks with swagger? Newsflash, swagger doesn't equal selfishness. Deion didn't raise a diva. He raised a warrior. And the NFL better get ready, because the Sanders legacy isn't backing down. Look, after digging through years of Browns' dysfunction, and I mean years, it becomes clear this franchise doesn't just struggle with quarterbacks. It destroys them. From Johnny Manziel to Baker Mayfield to now this circus with Shedeur Sanders, it's like a broken record on loop. But this time, there's a twist. Now the whispers aren't just about missed reads or bad throws. It's about politics, control, power. If Shedeur succeeds, certain people in that front office have to eat crow, and they don't want that. So what do? They limit him, bury him, feed the media false narratives. But here's the kicker. We see through it. The fans see through it. And eventually, so will the league. Let me leave you with this, because I've watched this league chew up and spit out promising players before. But Shedeur Sanders is different. He's not just another prospect. He's a symbol of what the future of the NFL looks like. Confident, talented, relentless. Yes, the Browns are fumbling his development right now. Yes, there are agendas in play. But mark my words, this storm will pass. And when it does, we're going to be talking about this moment as the turning point. Whether it's in Cleveland or somewhere else, Shedeur Sanders is coming. And no amount of sabotage, spin, or silence can stop him. This isn't the end. It's the ignition point of something legendary.